your sense of connectedness and your sense of purpose and your feeling of competency in the world and relevance and expression. Because let's say that we only get one life. Let's say that's probably true. It might be. Okay. What you do right now, what you do every day is leading to the direct situation that you end up in the future. So the reason that you're in this position right now, whether it's good or whether it's bad, I don't know all of you personally. If you're happy, if you're confident, if you've got beautiful women hitting you up, whatever it is. Okay, the decisions that you've made in your life unconsciously have led to this position right now. Jordan Peterson talks about this, lobster theory. So what he's pointing out is, in every species there's a dominance hierarchy. And the dominance hierarchy is largely determined by and plays out based on the serotonin levels in your brain that determine how confident you are, that determine the default emotional state that you're in on a day-to-day basis, that determine the decisions that you make, that determine the situation that you end up in life. So if you're beaten down when you're younger, you were bullied, you weren't parented right, you didn't gain that confidence when you're at school, there's a certain feeling that's created by this trauma, by these negative experiences that cause you to feel low about yourself, that cause you to have a negative self-concept unconsciously. It's no longer something that you think about, it becomes something that you just feel. So when you wake up and you think about going out into the external world and doing your best at business and finding a great woman, you think about that, but your default emotional state, based on your neurochemistry and based on your identity, the experiences that you've had, tell you that it's not possible. Okay, there's a mood. You wake up and you feel a certain mood, and that controls the whole way that you walk through the world. So what happens? Why is this important? If you don't interrupt that and you don't transform and you don't become the best version of yourself, the decisions that you make in life are going to be second best. They're going to be compensatory. They're going to lead you to situations that are not what you ideally want. Your self-concept doesn't believe the best is possible for yourself. So obviously I'm going to teach you how to break that cycle today. But what I want to tell you is, like, this is fucking important. Because if you don't become the best version of yourself, you go out there and you have got low self-esteem, you're not super confident, you don't believe that you can meet a great woman. This is all unconscious. You're not consciously thinking, I'm never going to get a great woman. You just feel that. Based on your serotonin levels, based on your past experience, based on your identity, it becomes like an emotional state. Something doesn't feel right. We call this the haze, okay? You go out onto that external world, and the only type of woman that you're going to attract, if you're not shining, if you're not firing on all cylinders, is going to be a woman that's the equivalent to the same emotional state that you're in. Then you get in a relationship with that woman, and for the first 6 months, it's euphoric. There's oxytocin and there's dopamine flying off all over the place. I love you. Then what happens is, it's like a drug. That starts to fall away, and then the woman starts to blame you for why you're not making her feel good. She says something's... So you end up in a destructive relationship that has to end at some point because you haven't been able to go out there and shine and resonate on that same frequency as a woman who can actually have a long-term relationship, hold it down, feel good within herself long-term, and not start leaning in that relationship and trying to take more value from you because she doesn't feel good in herself. So that's the consequence of not getting this shit sorted out. And I don't want to scare you, but you have to get to a place where you're abundance. You're in abundance. The woman that you choose is the woman that you're genuinely choosing from hundreds of women that you know you could get. And you're choosing her because she's shown you that she's a great woman, not because you feel insecure or you need a partner or you need some companionship or you're low about yourself. You've got to go full hog. You've got to swim all the way across that fucking ocean and get to that island before you can do that. You know, so it is a transformation and it is a journey, but it's a really important one because the woman you end up with long term, or even the job that you end up with, you know, it's the same thing. Like, your self-concept dictates where you end up in life. And I'm assuming most of you guys in here want to end up in a relationship with a good woman. So you've got to get this stuff sorted out, you know. And for me, I think about my skill now, and it's like, I don't, it's so different to where I was, you know, and I just want to encourage you that if you stick to it and you find the right information, I'm going to give you a lot of that today. It can be done, you know, so